Good evening. How are you doing? My name is Xavier Smith. I'm going to be discussing with you all today about contract laws and covenants of the elements of consideration, acceptance, and offer. And I'm going to provide with you with some biblical texts and references. I'm going to start with Genesis chapter 21, verse 27 and 28, which states, "So Abraham," if you have your books, you can open with me and read. So Abraham took sheep and oxen and gave them to Abimelech, and the two of them made a covenant. And Abraham set 7 lambs of the flock by themselves. I'm going to go over as well to Genesis chapter 26, verse 3, which says, "Dwell in this land, and I will be with you and bless you, for to you and your descendants I give all these lands, and I will perform the oath which I swore to Abraham your father." If you can go over with me to Ezekiel 17 and 18. 18 states, "Since he is despised the oath by breaking the covenant, and in the fact gave his hand and still did all these things, he shall not escape. Therefore, this says the Lord God, as I live, surely my oath which despised, and my covenant which he broke, I will recompense on his own head." And again, that was Ezekiel 17, 18 through 19. In my opinion, when you make a covenant with someone, which is a bond, a promise, an agreement, also known as a contract, it can also be a pledge, an agreement undertaken, something guaranteed. When you take time to make a covenant with someone, that's imperative. That's you stating that you have knowledge of what's going on with that other party that you may be making a covenant with. And nowadays, it's imperative that I think, in my opinion, that if it's not nothing too demanding, not everything calls for it to be on a written document, but I think things that can be taken in a legal matter, or action can be taken in a legal matter, should be documented and notarized. People are making decisions every day, making agreements, and just as well as that, they're not only making decisions, but they're disagreements and they're things that's not being upheld on certain parties' end, which is causing more friction and causing us to enforce that contract law even more. If you turn over to Proverbs 6 and 1, which states, "My son, if you become surety of your friend, if you have shaken hands and pledged for a stranger, you are snared by your words of your mouth. You are taken by the words of your mouth. So do this, my son, and deliver yourself, for you have come into the hand of your friend. Go, humble yourself, plead with your friend." And I think that this states that Jesus is telling us that oftentimes we make agreements with people, and when you shake hands with somebody, that's you having an agreement that you're going to uphold your end of the bargain. Don't make any decisions and be offering anything, and then when it comes time to accept that you agree to these terms and conditions, and you shake hands and agree, or you have a documentation and you write the documentation out and you sign it, that is a covenant between you and that individual. And I think, in my opinion, people need to know that when it comes to consideration, that's a concept of exchange. Exchange is an enforceable contract amongst both parties, which is a value of mankind when it comes to any kind of doctrine. And I think that when you make a bond, that it should be upheld on both parties. If not, then there should be action taking place, which is why we need contract law, because that sets boundaries and it gives us limitations. And I think it's imperative that when you offer something like Abraham and Abimelech, that when it came to the flock and the sheep, they knew what they had going to have, the standard of what they was set up having to do, but a covenant was broken by Abimelech, and Abraham had this already planned out. It was broken, and he felt that because it was broken, that something should be done about it. And in my opinion, I think that's why it's imperative for us to have contract law. And this is my view of things. And thank you for listening to me, and you have a wonderful day.